All right, hey everyone, it is Dale from Hard Rock Rewind here, and this is an actual first for my channel, and I'm not sure about my co-collaborator here, but we are doing a world first collaboration. We have Mr. Jai from Metal on Tap collaborating with us on this, so it's a dynamic duo today, and we are going to be reacting to another dynamic duo, actually. It's we have MGK and Fred Durst. Jai, what are your thoughts on this? Have you heard the track already?
I have heard the track. So I'm very, very curious. When you said you wanted to jump on and do this one, I'm like, I can't wait to see your opinion, because I certainly had opinions of this one as well, because it's one of those things where I'm like, MGK and Fred Durst, but I'm like, yeah, of course, that makes absolute sense. Why didn't I put two and two together? Like Machine Gun Kelly's out there dipping his toe in every genre. So why not like get Limp Bizkit on for the new metal track? Like, I think it makes sense. It just makes a lot of sense at the end of the day.
Yeah, and look, I've heard snippets of the song. I've only seen a couple of shorts, so I've heard bits and pieces. I haven't heard the full track. Definitely haven't seen the film clip. I've only seen, again, you know, the elements of the film clip that are posted as the shorts as well.
Yeah.
I think I've already come to some kind of understanding and ideas. I've done a bit of a deep dive into the production and who wrote what and so forth. So I already have some preconceptions, but dude, I am super psyched to do this with you and just get your take on it and get a fresh lens over what Troy and I usually do.
I'm actually keen for this as well, because you've kind of said you've educated yourself. You know who's wrote what. I don't know, and I've listened to the song and I have no clue who did what. So when you let me know, because there are some lyrics in this one I found quite interesting, and I haven't listened to the song a second time, so I'm going to be paying close attention, because apparently he's dissing people on this. I didn't pick up on that, so I'm going to have to listen.
There's some internet chatter around that as well. We'll get to that. We'll get to all that. There are going to be few pauses through this. We'll probably just play through the whole track. There'll probably be some talking over the track as well. So if you have an aversion to that, maybe, you know, go
you can
else.
Put up with it this time. Just this once for the collab.
Just tolerate us, guys. Come on. And yeah, man, let's rip into this, and yeah, let's have a crack.
Let's go.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Get up. You got that right. It's time to turn this motherfucker around. Hey, sometimes I need alone time, but for this one time, I'm all over your ass like cum drying. I heard that they don't like me, that's fine, cause we don't like y'all. We not
those
like
lyrics, man.
That's a good one.
Enough times, 8 lives, I used all those. I'm on 9. What's up here? If we all really stuck here, is there anybody else who doesn't give a fuck here? Mickey Mouse kids turn rock stars, leaving private schools trying to be outlaws, and the old heads always trying to kill the vibe, but rock's not dead.
It's a good pre-chorus.
So all around the world, I know you feel this shit. Wish I had her, wish I was her, wish I gave her, but I don't. All around the world. Wish I had her, wish I was her, wish I gave her, but I don't.
I love the Roland kind of tribute dance.
I know, yeah.
The new age fix, the only rare thing left is the New York strip. I heard they want the old me, get off my new age dick. Whips with horsepower, I'm a concrete cowboy. The 100 gabapentin couldn't calm me down, boy. Even with some filler, they couldn't change my lips. Even with some Altoids, I'ma still talk shit. They should've never gave me money, should've kept me in the house like it's 2020. Cause I'm back outside, ain't got nothing to do except piss y'all off, cause I got nothing to lose. So all around the world, I know you feel this shit. Wish I had her, wish I was her, wish I gave her, but I don't. All around the world, I know you feel this shit. Wish I had her, wish I was her, wish I gave her, but I don't. Yeah, when you talk to me, fix that fucking face. Yeah, motherfucker, fix that fucking face. Yeah.
Fred's so short compared to him.
Yeah.
told you, motherfuckers. All around the world, I know you feel this shit. Wish I had her, wish I was her, wish I gave her, but I don't. All around the world, I know you feel this shit. Wish I had her, wish I was her, wish I gave her, but I don't. Yeah, when you talk to me, fix that fucking face. Yeah, motherfucker, fix that fucking face. Yeah. Yeah, when you talk to me, fix that fucking face. Yeah, motherfucker, fix that fucking face.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Look, I'm gonna start with you. What are you? Where are you at? What are you thinking? What's your take?
Okay.
Let's get it.
Listening to it the second time around definitely had a different impact. Because first time around, I think I was too like, oh, I'm going to try and pay attention to all the lyrics, how they've styled the song, and actually just putting it through. I'm like, that is a new metal track. New metal wasn't meant to be overthumped. Like the lyrics were meant to be, you know, a bit of call out. It's not like your classic, oh, let's talk about Satan, let's talk about demons.
Yep.
It's really like, how cool am I? Fuck you kind of attitude. It's punk. It's like punk rock in that 2000s rich kid era where, you know, they acted like they had the hard done by life, but they really didn't. That's that style of metal. But it fits. And just MGK being able to kind of flip between all these genres is just wild. He's like the non-hillbilly version of Kid Rock. Like he's kind of just jumping everywhere. Yeah.
He's a chameleon. Yeah. Look, man, I think MGK just dragged Fred Durst straight out of 2003, I think, and dropped him back into a new metal banger. Like it's yeah, man, like it was, you know, felt like Woodstock 99, like the film clip. It's just had this kind of gritty vibe to it. There are a lot of Fred Durst tropes in it. I feel like Fred Durst is like the hype man for MGK in this. I feel like, it's definitely MGK's track. They're trying to, I guess, harness Limp Bizkit's, you know, aura. So who better to get Fred Durst on it, right? So you've got all those, and the shut the fuck ups and the, you know, get up and, you know, all the, you know, the standard Fred Durst stuff, you know, kind of break stuff. It's definitely got a nookie vibe to it.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the one thing that I would say, though, does it risk being a parody of what it's trying to achieve, if that makes sense?
No, that actually makes a lot of sense. But I guess when you're trying to do something, you're going, I'm going to dip into this style. Are you influenced by that style? Or is it so much of a mirror that comes off as a bit of a ripoff? I think it walks that fine line to an extent. It does definitely have its own little things it's done differently. I think the bass guitar in particular really kind of shone in that track versus the heavy nu metal guitar era, which is almost a call out to Korn being the heavy bass, or even Mudvayne, where bass was such an important instrument in the nu metal atmosphere that a lot of people really don't talk about until they look back and go, wow, those guys were just, they stood out in a world where it's so guitar and vocal heavy. And I'm glad this track kind of did that as well, because we all know Limp Bizkit was so guitar forward with Wes Borland, like he's just a genius.
I was going to get to that. So we have Nick Long on guitars here, and the production around the guitars specifically is something that I often pay attention to because I'm a guitar player, right? So I'm always listening out for the guitar stuff, and it's mixed in a very pop rock way. It's pulled way back. The guitars are pulled way back. They're not overly saturated. They're more clean than dirty to some extent. I guess there's a lot of layering for synths that would be, kind of doubling the guitar parts as well. So it'd be interesting to hear the raw guitar track in that mix, because it's definitely, like you said, it's definitely not a Wes Borland, Limp Bizkit style guitar sound. Like it's not as prominent. I would have loved for the collab to actually have been with Limp Bizkit. So MGK, Limp Bizkit doing the actual recording, obviously Fred doing his parts and MGK. I probably would have enjoyed that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But man, look, there's enough nostalgia there for me to hear that and be like, oh man, I feel like I'm 22 again. And, man, it's showing my age. But yeah, I remember when all that stuff came out and when it was actually happening and like when that movement was happening and you were kind of a part of it and you were immersed in that movement. And this kind of gave me that tingling nostalgia feeling. Kind of took me back there.
Definitely did. And I feel the same because I've mentioned it before. I was like, it's crazy how many people love Limp Bizkit, or if there's a festival coming out, people are like, I hope Limp Bizkit played. Because back when Limp Bizkit first came in, man, everyone was kind of shitting on them. Like they just hated it.
I know.
I
don't get it.
Hold on, let me do
Yeah.
that. Get away. There we go. That's better. But yeah, it's crazy. And now that people kind of look back and go, oh, that was the thing of that era. Because back in when they were coming up, you got Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit were always compared, even though they don't sound alike, but they were in that same space where Linkin Park often talked about, mental health struggles and everything. And Limp Bizkit was kind of like the fun, let's go out, get drunk, party, just have a good time. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And Machine Gun Kelly definitely lyrically too brought that out. There's some lines in there that, I'd never show to my mother.
Yeah.
But there was a call out, and I heard at that time. Is that in reference to Yungblud, the Mickey Mouse Club millionaire?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was going to say, look, it's so what's the lyric? It's sorry, I've got it here. So to Mickey Mouse kids turned rock stars, leaving private schools, trying to be outlaws. So I guess that could be a bit of a diss. There's I think Yungblud, he was on Disney's, was it The Lodge?
It was something like that. Yeah.
Yes, he was on The Lodge. Obviously, I think he went to a private school. He's now blown up massively. After Back to the Beginning and that Aussie performance of Changes, and then obviously with Idols come out, and then Idols Part 2, and the collabs with Aerosmith and Smashing Pumpkins, and so he's definitely occupying that rock space now.
Oh god, yeah.
And they did a collab, MGK and Yungblud. They kind of did that collab. So I'm not sure if there's some kind of falling out there, or if it's just a way to create, some kind of man. And if that's, if that's what it is to stir the pot, it's definitely working, because you see half the comments saying it's a diss track. He's ended Youngblood's career. Who knows?
Probably.
Man? If it's an actual diss, I guess we'll see that play out. If it's just to create some chatter and some online buzz, it's definitely working. What's your take on that? If it's a calculated thing to create some type of online drama. Is that something you're down with?
I think it is. We're both pro wrestling fans. We know how pro wrestling works. People like to play the heel. People like to play the baby face. Yungblud is the biggest baby face. Everyone loves him. He's almost like out there kissing babies. He meets the fans. He invites people at that level too. The risk of just getting kind of like mauled in a public crowd is just crazy. So Machine Gun Kelly, I think he just kind of likes playing the heel. Look at the most popular sports athletes of all time. Your Conor McGregor's, your Ric Flairs. Yeah. They knew how to play the bad guy, right? They just knew what to do when it came to rubbing people the wrong way. I remember Tito Ortiz was the first kind of star in the UFC because he talked shit, because you either you paid to see him because you loved him, or you paid to see his ass kicked. And I think Machine Gun Kelly's done
it with like
Eminem.
Jake Paul nowadays.
Exactly. Jake Paul.
Everyone wants to see Jake Paul get smashed. You know what I mean?
They know. And sometimes people walk that line and push it a bit too far. I think Jake pushes it a bit too far. It's like, come on, buddy. You didn't need to do that next step. Where Kelly, I think if he is doing it and if he is riling it up, he definitely kind of gets to the line and goes, all right, I'm going to stop you. Yeah, I think he knows when to kind of stop. Like, even the Corey Taylor stuff, he kind of backtracked a bit on that. And we know Corey Taylor himself has his own opinions. So,
pretty strong,
Yeah, it's one of those things of like, it's just, to get to that level of stardom and fame, I'm like, Machine Gun Kelly's got 14 million Spotify listeners. The dude's worked hard for what he's got. So do you develop a bit of an ego? I think you have to. You've got people around you all the time just basically praising you as a god. Do you think Mick Jagger, I know it's a weird comparison, but people have called that guy like a living god for 60 years. You don't think you get a little bit of an ego in the back of your mind of being like, I'm more important than what you think I am. Like, so I don't know. But I think he does it well at the end of the day. I think what Machine Gun Kelly is doing is harmless if he is calling anyone out. I don't know if he is, but maybe it's just a good line. It's a fun line, and he put two and two together, and it's like, let's do it. It creates controversy because that's what nu metal did as well. Maybe he's just doing what that old school vibe was of like, hey, it created controversy. Let's create some controversy. Yungblud's top of the charts at the moment. Let's go.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, he's at the top. They kind of came up together through that period. They kind of did their collabs. MGK went heavily more into that rock space, while I guess Yungblud hung back in that pop kind of space up until more recently, where he's kind of broken through. And now, he's selling out arenas like all over the world, like massive, massive shows, and absolutely killing it on the charts and everything. So it seems like an appropriate, hey man, like this, this was us. We're kind of here. We're both at the top. I'm going to take a jab at you. Yungblud may came back. Like, who knows? In terms of the song and comparing it to Limp Bizkit, speaking of wrestling, I would say it's no WrestleMania 6.
Yeah.
But it is a Halloween Havoc 98, probably. You know what I mean? It's like, it's good. It is what it is. You get a hit of nostalgia. It's definitely harmless. It's catchy. There's enough hooky lines in the chorus and the melody in the chorus and the fix your face lyrics. That's going to stick with you. You're going to remember kind of that jumpy rhythm as well. So for anybody who's a Limp Bizkit fan, you're going to get that hit of nostalgia. It's definitely no Hogan Warrior WrestleMania 6 though.
No, it's good. And it makes me wonder, is he going to, because he likes to kind of go down that trope of going, okay, here's the single. The album is kind of follow this formula. Is he going to go a bit more new metal on the next thing he released? I don't know if this is a once-off, if he's going to do an EP.
I know the album that's coming, I think, is more rap centric.
Yeah.
From what I've heard and read online. So I think this is essentially the first single to drop from the next album, which is more rap centric. Whether it has that harder rocky edge to it, and who knows? I mean, that would be interesting if it does.
Yeah.
I'm all for hearing more guitars and more band based music. Mixed in with the program stuff is fine. Like it's like there's definitely a place for that. So I'd be super pumped if it was something like that, and the tracks are as well thought out as this one. Who knows, man? Like he might be trying to hit some other band bases along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you never know. He's a smart man.
There's probably more collabs. There's probably more collabs to come.
Yeah, I'm curious. Very curious to what he'll do. Well. Especially if he goes down the nu metal route, like he could go really weird and get someone like Kitty involved. I don't know if they're big enough for MGK to kind of, visit that. But it'd be interesting if he did another nu metal track to go someone who was like, oh yeah, they've kind of been forgotten. I don't know. I don't know if he'd do it, but we'll see. Time will tell.
We will see. Guys, let us know in the comments if you are down with this new MGK Fred Durst track, Fix Your Face. Is it a hit or a miss? Were the comments about Yungblud? Were they not? Were they harmless or a diss? Let us know in the comments. And guys, let us know also if there's something out there that you would like us to react to. Just drop it in the comments as well. Jai, I know this one will be going up on my channel, but we have scheduled, or we are trying to schedule, an additional one to do with you for your channel, mate. So I'm super pumped and looking forward to do that as well. And guys, if there's anything you want us to touch on, let us know in the comments. Jai, anything from you before we leave?
Oh, mate, I'll love to have you on the channel. Sorry it couldn't work out today. Busy weekend, but next weekend's looking pretty free. So I think we'll get that one up and running. And who knows what will come out during this week. Maybe there'll be a banger we can do together over on that one. But I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for having me here today. This is my first ever reaction with someone else without having to drag my wife into the room to do something with me. So it's been a blast. I really enjoyed this, mate. It's great. And it's always good catching up with you. It's been... we saw each other at Papa Roach. Too
Papa
few and
Roach
far
day to
between.
remember.
Yeah.
Man, every time we get together, it's always like we chat music, we chat wrestling. It's just cool. It's always a fun time. And outside of that, guys, you can catch Jai over on his YouTube channel, Metal on Tap. You're going to find Jai over there. He's absolutely killing. He's hit 20K subs. So jump over there, watch his videos, drop some comments on that, and help support us as we try and work through this maze that is YouTube.
Yeah, especially as Aussies. It's there's only a few of us out there, and we keep dropping. The channels keep coming up and then going away. So we don't want to go away. We want to stick around.
Yeah, we're not about that.
Yeah,
we're not about going away.
That's it, mate.
We'll be popping up on other people's videos in 20 years' time, like Fred Durst did for MGK. That's what we're doing.
That's it, mate. That's it. Oh, that's
sweet, man.
No, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for the brutal collaboration.
All right, you did it. I said that once. I said that once in a video. I was like, "Oh, you beautiful people!" I'm like, "Oh, god damn it, that's live."
That's too easy. All right, man. Catch you later. See you guys.
Cheers, mate.